Hello, hello, hello. This is Gail Nicholson, the host of the Corona Spotlight 2020. Back with you again today. How's everybody doing? I am so excited. Today, I get to interview one of my favorite mentors. This lady, they call her the Queen of 5 Minute Lives, and they call her that for a reason. And her little 5 minute life challenge is actually what got me out of my paralysis and into actually doing, some drop videos like this, live streamed videos. And I am ever so grateful for it. She has created an affiliate program out of her 5 minute live program, and that's what we're going to talk to her about today. So please help me welcome Trish Leto, Queen of the 5 Minute Lives. How are you doing today, Trish? Thanks for joining us.
Gail, I'm so proud of you. Look at you go.
Hey, I'm
loving
it.
this. I'm loving this. No, I'm honored that you invited me to come on to your show. And to anybody else who might be watching this, who's asked me to come on to their show, and maybe I've said, oh, I got to wait a couple of weeks, or let me schedule, push it out, scheduling. It's interesting because this is our new normal. My schedule is insane right now just because, you might even hear them. My kids are out back in the pool, jumping around, swimming around, and screaming. And my husband's out there watching them right now, and so that I can do this with you. So thank you for having me. And forgive the background noise, but this is it. This is life.
Yep, exactly. And thank you to Brian for watching them so you can be with me. I tell him I appreciate that very, very much.
I absolutely will.
It's funny because I was talking with somebody else, a future guest this morning, about that new normal, and all of that, and it's really amazing what's happening with all of us, and those of us that have been doing online kind of stuff. We're watching all these other people going, oh yeah, I haven't taken a shower in 3 days, and I'm just in my PJs and stuff, and I'm going, lady, I haven't been so busy in my life as I am now, and it's pretty much the same for you then, huh?
It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm wearing yoga pants right now, and this is a messy bun because I haven't washed my hair in a few days, but I slapped on a little bit of makeup for you, so I got that going on. I am literally, this is the busiest I've ever been in my entire life. A lot of things happened 6 weeks ago when all of this really kind of started. A lot of things happened in my life, like my personal life, all at one time. Mm-hmm. So when this before they even started truly quarantining people, a lot of things were happening that had already caused a lot of hiccups. Just events getting canceled. My husband's a corporate event manager, and so his business is pretty much not non-existent right now. And so, there are just so many different layers and elements that me personally, I had to overcome mentally and emotionally, because let's face it, mental thought and your mentality has a lot to do with the emotions that you're carrying with you, as you well know. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a very, very bumpy beginning for me, that I had to pull myself out of a huge funk that I was in for a couple of weeks. But I've got some incredible mentors and people who help me with my my physical health and my mental health, that I've embraced it. Mm-hmm. And again, I just have to make sure that no matter what, I'm setting boundaries. If I can only make one message today, even with live stream video and 5 minute lives and all of that, you have to set boundaries. It's more important than ever before to set boundaries for yourself, that you take care of you first. Because if I don't take care of me first every day, I will quite literally lose it.
Right?
I do. I still lose it a little bit every day. But I've set boundaries, a lot of boundaries. And it's, with my husband, with my kids, with myself. Like I don't let myself do certain things throughout the day that aren't like about setting good intentions for myself and bringing me positivity. I only watch a little bit of the news each day just to see what the updates are. And I honestly, I don't spend a whole lot of time on social media either. The only thing I do is I go on and I share my stories and I watch other people's stories, but I'm not sitting there scrolling through my news feed like I used to. And I got a full-time job too. I get a full-time job. So I'm back working in corporate America, not huge corporate America, but a really fantastic smaller company. And yeah, and I'm kicking ass, taking names with them. So I'm in a good place right now. Here and healthy, and like I feel like we're doing okay.
Fabulous. You know what? You bring up a really, really good point that I want to expand a little bit on, and that is, like setting the boundaries for self-care, right? I have, you know how we do scheduling through like Calendly, right? The first week I had it just like, yeah, okay, my calendar's wide open. Oh yeah, don't ever do that to yourself. Ever. Go into your own calendar and block off chunks where you don't want any outside appointments. Like what I had to do, like Thursday morning, I had a 3-hour block that's just self-care. I'm not talking to anybody else for 3 hours on Thursday mornings, right? There's other times that I have blocked out through the week. I've actually set my alarm earlier now so I can get out and go for a bike ride when nobody's out, that type of thing. But you have to manage that self-care and that boundaries in order to keep your sanity right now.
Yeah.
It's just good advice.
I mean, even like, people call it like, hippie voodoo, and some people say they're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, I don't need to meditate, blah, blah, blah. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like, seriously, very seriously. I had one solid week where every day, twice per day, I just broke down crying. Broke down crying for like nothing, but it wasn't nothing. It was always something, right?
Right.
It was just my emotions and just too much stress and too much negative energy that I was allowing to get to me. And like that Friday afternoon, I had a really good conversation with my very good friend, Sarah Cruz. Sarah Cruz she's a certified high performance coach. She's a very dear friend of mine. And she asked me, she goes, are you checking in with yourself first thing in the morning? Are you prioritizing self-care for yourself first thing in the morning? She's like, let's break it down. And she's amazing at productivity, at like making time slots. And I was getting really good at that for a while, but I let this thing kind of like concave onto me. This whole like, oh, we're being quarantined, and I put it into like not like victimizing, but like I guess I wore it as like I need to hide now. I wore it as like a security blanket where I needed to like hide away, and even from myself. And so once I had that conversation with her, I was like, there's no reason why I can't wake up a little bit earlier in the morning before the kids wake up, before my husband wakes up, and just have that time for myself. So I started doing that again. I'd wake up earlier, like an hour earlier than the kids do. And I'd make sure that I get in at least 15 minutes of yoga, because I've got really severe lower back pain issues. If I can't get outside, if I can't, get out and about, even like when I was speaking on stages, there's a part of me, it's like that I keep my body moving when I'm doing that. I go out and I do trainings, I'm on my feet and I feel better, and I'm, having that energy exchange. So I would do like a good 15 minutes of yoga and then at least 5 minutes of meditation, like break a little sweat, feel the vibes, like truly like get that hippie voodoo going, baby. Like you got to do it. You got to be a part of it. Like that's just energy. It's just an energy exchange between you and the earth, and it's real and it's awesome. Right. So some people call it prayer. I call it meditation. Right.
Well, they used to say prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you listen.
Yeah. And both, like I feel like meditation is when you talk to yourself and you listen to yourself, and it's just a conversation with you, right? And just your own energy. And and allowing yourself to just be in the moment, like especially with yoga, you know, they say to be present on the mat, and I am present on the mat. Every time I get on my mat, I'm present on my mat. I light a candle. I burn some sage, I burn some incense, I play my meditation music, and I'm just in that moment first. And I promise you, that's part of setting those boundaries. And you set that intention for yourself. And then I have a warm cup of water with lemon, and then I have my smoothie, and then and then I get the kids are up, and I'm like, oh, and now I'm like little Susie homemaker. I'm like, hey guys, what can I get you? How about some fresh cut strawberries with whipped cream and a little waffle and whatever? Like,
I want to come sleep at your house.
Listen. This is a freaking, like, this is a fully functioning, like, bed and breakfast here. Let me tell you.
That's beautiful.
Like, yeah. So, but it's, and then I also do the same thing for my kids, because if I feel like they're being too stressful for me, I'd be like, okay, we're going to do art. And I'm just going to turn my camera around for just a second. Don't get mad at me, Gail, but I just want you guys to see this. You have to kind of, in this moment, in this time, you got to kind of build yourself a little sanctuary. So that's my stack of books with my oils diffuser and my crystal. It's my energy crystal. And then this is all this art that my kids have been doing.
That's phenomenal.
And then these are some thank you cards that people have sent me. And then there's another little intention cards that my yoga instructor gave me a long time ago. But I make sure that I'm just surrounding myself with just like all those, the positivity, and just, you got to do that for yourself.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
We were just talking the last couple of days. I've talked with a couple of different guests about this theory that I've had for a long time called tanking, in that parents and children are connected. They come out of the same vessel, right? So when mom's pressure is pushing down on her, it goes through the pipes and bubbles up with the kids. So sometimes, because of the fact that we go through life at such a high tolerance for anxiety, and then all of a sudden we're just at home with our kids, that high tolerance for anxiety, we don't realize we're anxious, but then our kids are freaking out over here. And if we meditate for ourselves, it's amazing how that affects the kids. They know, they leave mom, even if they do wake up. Like if my son wakes up, I'm like, come here, son, and I'll sit him down on the mat with me, and we'll meditate together, and they'll do a little yoga, and nice.
It's like a little moment. I'm like, you gotta stretch. And then I make them just kind of like, and they're starting to have like a breakdown. I make them breathe. I'm like, well, hold on a second. You can cry. It's okay if you cry, but let's think about where that emotion is coming from. Let's breathe through it. I mean, it works. It just does. I teach them to breathe and like identify why they're having a fit. Mm-hmm. And, my kids, you won't, and I'm not saying this to say that like I'm like the perfect mother of the year, but I am. No, I'm kidding. But no, you won't see my kids like lay on the floor and like kicking and screaming. Like they very rarely do that stuff, because I talk them through it. Like there's no, like we got no place to go, right? So if we can't figure out how to help them understand and acknowledge their emotions, what the hell are we gonna do?
Right.
So yeah.
That's absolutely wonderful, though. I really got to applaud that verbally, because there are so many parents that are just like, don't cry, go away, don't, just shut up, and don't go through the process with the kid of, okay, what has you upset? Breathe, think, choose. There's so many parents that just have never been equipped to be able to do that, and I just love the fact that you're able to do that with your kids.
I honest to God, Gail, if I'm going to be completely transparent here, I think the reason why I'm able to do it is because I had both of my kids later in life. I got pregnant with my daughter at 36. I had my son at 38. If I had my kids at a younger age, like maybe in my late 20s or my early 30s, I think I'd be like, go away. And don't get me wrong, I still do that sometimes. I do. I'm not bulletproof, man. Right. There's sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, just go away.
Now, I think that there's a lot of parents and that's not necessarily a problem. Sometimes kids are just going wild, having fun, playing, that kind of thing, and you know, they
Yeah.
need to be in another room for a minute.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
different than this child is having a traumatic moment and needs
Yeah.
a grown up to guide them through it, and actually
Mhm.
having a grown up at their disposal that's willing to do that, to get down eyeball to eyeball and go, this is how you handle stuff like this. And
Well, and as the mommy, I'm always the nurturer. I'm the one who kisses the boo-boos better. I'm the one who, if they're hungry and they want a snack, they know that mommy's going to put together a little veggie tray and make them homemade hummus, because I I can buy lots of chips and I'll let them eat chips, but especially now, I'm trying to be very careful to give them like the not so healthy things in very small increments, and the healthier things that much more. That's their only option now. They're like, they asked me, my daughter like asked me, she's like, Mommy, can I have some carrots and hummus? And I'm like, hell yes, you can.
that's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So,
Train that
it's
palate
little
for the
things
good
like
stuff.
that. It is, and I think, and man, I tell you, I could go on a tangent about this, Gail. I don't want to go too off track, but during this time, I think it's important that we remember it's um, the way that our behavior is not just about something that's happened to us, or like an event that's occurred, or a reaction to somebody else's negativity on us. Our behavior also has to do with how we treat ourselves internally going out. So I talk about setting boundaries, I'm talking about meditation, yoga, whatever that looks like to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has to do with the food that we put into our bodies. 100%, I think diet has a lot to do with how our emotions are.
Oh,
and I think that if we're putting healthier things inside of our bodies, and we're not loaded up with sugar and chemicals and just crap, just unnecessary crap,
mm-hmm.
that it makes us feel happier, and we respond to things emotionally that much stronger. I guess that's the best way I want to say that.
No, I think that's a very good way of putting it. I was just talking with Dr. Joan Tecula yesterday. We were talking about this nutrigenomics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what you're talking about. Affecting how your genes express themselves by feeding them proper nutrition. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you may
I'm
have
just trying to be a good mom.
a family propensity towards a certain kind of illness, but if you know that and you can feed your body foods that don't feed into that line of disease, you can keep yourself healthy and live longer at a happier and more effective level. So yeah, you're being a good mom, but I mean, there's science behind what you're doing too. Definitely.
There absolutely is, right? Yeah. There absolutely is. Yeah. So, and I feel like, I mean, my brain's been spinning. I'm in the process of just really doing a full spring cleaning of my house. Like I reorganized my kitchen. We reorganized. I'm almost done with my office, completely reorganized my office, and just like cleaning out my desk drawers. We cleaned out the kids' rooms. I'm going to be hitting the master bedroom closet later this afternoon. Like my husband's cleaning out the garage. Like we're not messing around. Mm-hmm. And once we're all done with all of that, I'm using all of what I'm learning from this to create an insane amount of content to put out there. Nice. Because I want people to realize that, I talk about my 5-minute live blueprint. We talk about, the 5-minute live 7-day challenge and what that looks like, and how that can be helpful to people right now in this time. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I want to talk about all of these things is that this is all what I'm going through right now. I didn't say anything about 5-minute lives. I didn't say anything about my business. I'm talking about what's going on internally with my life, right. like the coronavirus and the quarantining, and what that looks like to each individual household, and how it's improving my life, and it's how it's improving my children. And I think the overall humanity that I'm seeing that's coming out of people is improving. Mm-hmm. And it's to be quite honest with you, it's overwhelmingly lovely to see. I know a lot of people keep watching politics and they argue over that. I detach myself from it because it doesn't serve me at all. Mm-hmm. But I think that if we start using what we're doing in our homes to create a better life for ourselves and become self-sustaining, we can create an entire, a lifetime worth of content to help other people. And that's just incredible opportunity, right? We can write books with, repurposed lives. We can write, we can have summits. You can do what you're doing, create a podcast, whatever, and just come together, like literally just come together as human beings with no even like purpose on the other end of it, other than to just come together and just be good to each other and be supportive of each other. So I want to say that because I'm going to be putting together some really awesome content around that.
I can't wait to see it. I can't. You're the only person I've ever seen on Facebook that can put up a picture of their dinner and have it be interesting.
It's a story.
You're telling me about the recipes and making it and all of that, Yeah, that's phenomenal stuff. So tell me a little bit about, I already went and signed up myself, but I've got the link to become a 5-Minute Lives affiliate up on the scrolling ticker for you. So for all of our audience today, go sign up to be an affiliate for the 5-Minute Live. It's trishleto.cartra.com/15719. So that's the one to sign up. Tell me a little bit about what's the deal with being a 5-Minute Live affiliate.
So this has been like a thing for a while that I was like building. And I started building it in another platform, and that platform was just garbage. And I'm not going to call it out because I think it's disrespectful, but it was just horrible. The affiliate program wasn't working right. It wasn't tracking things properly. It was really pissing me off. And at the end of the day, live stream video has been around for a while, right? Several years now. And now that we're in quarantine, all these people are starting to do starting to do Facebook Live and YouTube Live and build their channel and this, that, and the next thing, but they don't have any real guidance. And then I've got my mentors and my connections, my network out there who are just incredible influencers, like my buddy Sean Douglas, who's my speaking mentor. And he reached out to me several weeks ago, and he's like, this is how we talk to each other. He's like, bro. I'm like, bro. And he's like, you need to be selling the shit out of your course. Sorry, Gail, I cursed. He's like, you need to be selling the hell out of your course. He's like, people are going live and it's not structured. There's no call to action. Their content isn't that great. He's like, they need Trish Leto. They need your help. And I'm like, Roger that. I was like, look, I'm slammed right now. I just started a new job. I'm trying to figure out what my life looks like and what my schedule looks like, because I've never dealt with this before. I never used to have my kids home 24/7. Are you kidding me? This new normal is not okay. So we got on the phone one night. We just were cracking up laughing, just like talking about like all the things. And I was like, you know what? Now's the time. I need to move it over from that platform to a new platform, to Kartra. So I'm going to name drop a couple other people here. I reached out to my buddy Anton Gray. Anton is a phenomenal fella, incredible, technologically advanced, like super awesome on the techie side. And I was like, listen, bro, I will pay you to move this shit over for me. I'm like, I got to get it from this platform over to Kartra. And he's like, I got you. I'll get it taken care of. I had all the content already because I wanted to have it's $37. Okay. The course is $37 and it's a 7-step system. I literally tell you exactly how to find the content, how to put it together, how to structure it, how to go live, different ways to go live, different ways to structure it, how you can edit your live video, how you can download your live video, how you can repurpose it onto YouTube, grow a YouTube channel, how you can repurpose it onto IGTV, onto LinkedIn, all of the things, okay? And I teach it all, right, in this course. And I was like, I need to make it super affordable because so many people, oh, there's my son, sorry. I said, I need to make it super affordable because so many people literally are out of business right now. They just lost their jobs. My husband was one of those people. And, my heart went out to them. And I was like, I'm going to make it super affordable. It's going to be $37. And I'm going to do an extra thing for people and say, if you dive into this and you love it, I'm going to pay you 50% commissions every time you share it out and you sell it. So it's $37. Hold on a second. It's $37, and then you get paid $18 every time you share it out and somebody buys it. So yeah, it's pretty. It was a no-brainer for me to do this.
That's freaking wonderful. Does your son have final thoughts that he would like to share with everybody?
Hold on one second, Gail. I'm so sorry.
No. I'm inviting him in.
Oh boy.
And this is the new world we live in now.
Hashtag mom life. You asked me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was asking for final thoughts. Anything that you want to leave our audience with. I am definitely going to be sharing out before we get to your final thoughts. Sorry.
No. It's okay. Go ahead.
Definitely going to be sharing out this affiliate link because that 7-day challenge that I took with you was what gave me the balls to do this. There's just no other way to put it. It's what gave me okay, I can do this. And it gave me the experiences of it. And you know what? When we're done doing this today, it's been recorded. I repurpose it up on Facebook. I repurpose it on Twitter. I repurpose it on live or YouTube. It's streaming on YouTube as we speak. And then I send it back out to Facebook with a thank you to you. So it's getting repurposed in 5 places within a couple of hours of it being live. And all of that I learned from you with that program. That program is amazing.
I appreciate that. I'm so happy that you're doing it. So look, there's literally, it's like so many things that I want to say right now, but I'll give you a couple final thoughts here. Okay. I'm a huge Jimmy Fallon fan. And Jimmy Fallon is the host of the Tonight Show, right? And these guys, he can't do the Tonight Show in front of a live studio audience anymore because New York is shut down because of this quarantine. Right. And something that I love that he's doing is that he's doing the Tonight Show at home version, right? At home edition. And he's got 2 little girls. He and his wife have 2 little girls. His wife holds up his phone and records him from his phone. They don't even have like professional equipment in the house. She's got probably a tripod with a light. Okay. But she records him from her phone, and his kids, they do little creative drawings, and they write down with crayon the different letters of the people he's interviewing for everything. So he does the interviews first via Zoom. And then his wife does the monologue, whatever. And then he and the Roots, the band, the Roots that played for him, they get together on a big Zoom and they play together a song. And we're seeing so many people doing this now, bands doing it. Hell, they just did a whole almost like a virtual summit of a world thing, to raise money. Okay. My point is, you hear some of these celebrities talk about, oh yeah, I had to figure out Zoom. I had to figure out how to do this. I had to figure out how to do that. Not everybody is tech savvy. Right. Even people who are behind cameras all day long aren't necessarily tech savvy. So my number one message to you is, if you have this, use it and do whatever you can to start making a difference in other people's lives. Because if I didn't have Jimmy Fallon doing that, and still carrying on, and Ellen DeGeneres and some of these other people, they are the people that inspire me to keep going, because they touch me with the fact that you could see his girls come into the room when he's trying to record. they're like flopping over his shoulder and falling on his lap. And I'm like, oh my God, my husband and I are just laughing. We're like, that's our life right now. My son just came in here and interrupted me. It's not easy. But if we have content, if you feel in your heart right now, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, if you feel in your heart right now, oh my God, I want to talk about what we're doing in our household and how we're adjusting to this and how we're adjusting to distance learning and homeschooling and all of these things, do it. Talk about it. Get yourself out there. My course is $37. I teach you a little bit more of the technical stuff, and I make it ridiculously easy to learn how to do market research and just put it out there.
Right.
Like, I make it so simple, it's ridiculous. Everybody should be creating content right now. Everybody.
Totally, 100%. Well, thank you so much for being with me today. You've been an inspiration to me. You're my Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God! That's amazing.
So thank you for being that, and thank you so much for what you're contributing to the world, through teaching people how to use this stuff and how to bring so much more variety into life, even from our own little pads here. Awesome.
I appreciate you, Gail. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Alrighty, we'll talk to you soon. Love you, Facebook. Have a great day. When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.